Hi friends, today I am going to review the book, Key Account Management, a complete action kit of tools and techniques for achieving profitable key supplier status by Peter Cheverton. Key Account Management. To embark upon Key Account Management, CAM, first determine which customers matter most to your company's future. Those are your key accounts. They are not necessarily your biggest customers, because smaller customers may be more important for the future. They aren't the customers you think you can't afford to lose, because often you will invest too much in those customers. They aren't just the customers who offer the hope of future profits. You need profits today to make it to the future. Your key accounts are the customers who will be around now and in the future to help your company achieve its goals. Therefore, key account management is investment management. Key account management is a natural development of customer focus and relationship marketing in business-to-business markets. Analyze every account as an investment in your future. Your analytical tools might include PESEL analysis. Political, economic, social, technological, legal and environmental change all affect the future. The Porter approach. Business thinker Michael E. Porter analyzes competition as a product of 5 forces: current competitors, new entrants, substitute products or services, customer bargaining power and supplier bargaining power. Market chain. The market chain is the series of functions, activities and services between the end customer and the most remote producer of components. Don't get hung up about curing everything before you start. Rather, like Alcoholics Anonymous, recognizing you have the problem is half the battle. When you introduce CAM, sort your customers into 4 types of accounts. 1. Key accounts. These are your most important accounts, absolutely critical to your future business. 2. They deserve the utmost attention and investment of resources. 3. Key development accounts. These could become key accounts if you could do a better job for them. 4. To do that, learn more about what they need and make a commitment to serve them. 5. Maintenance accounts. These are good, loyal and familiar customers from whom you must withdraw resources that you could invest better in key accounts. 6. You will not drop or eliminate these customers, but you will put them in maintenance mode. 7. You may, for example, reduce their number of sales calls and instead direct them to use the telephone, online channels or other resources. 8. Opportunistic accounts. Customers of convenience whom you serve when it suits you. 8. Neither court them nor brush them off. The goals of key account management. The objective of all this analysis and of managing the key account relationship is to get closer to the customer, to know the customer's goals and to become indispensable to the customer, perhaps so indispensable that you get to help set purchasing standards that benefit you. For that to happen, you must become a key supplier. After all, your objective in pursuing key account management is to achieve a competitive advantage that promotes your company's future. Identifying key accounts is the responsibility of the senior management team. Think of a customer's operation as a value chain that is coiled into a shell-like spiral. Most salespeople contact an organization at the outer edge of the shell that is where the purchasing department sits. The purchasing department is a gatekeeper whose role is to implement sourcing policies that are set at deeper levels of the opportunity snail, and to prevent salespeople from penetrating to the middle. But this penetration is, in fact, the objective of key account management. You do not want to wait at the outer edge of the snail's shell. You want to be at the center, so you can be a strategic asset to your key account. When you achieve that level of intimacy, you will not have to fear competitors. If the business organization and structure is to be determined by the demands of key accounts, then the selection of those accounts is critical. The characteristics of key account management include: 1. A key account team with functional expertise manages numerous contacts at the customer company. 1. These relationships extend beyond the purchasing department. 2. The key account manager has enough seniority to ensure his or her credibility. 3. As a supplier, you understand the customer's business as well as the customer does, and may understand the market even better than the customer. Without segmentation, the selection of key accounts will tend to suffer from sizeism. Before CAM, suppliers had rudimentary relationships with their customers. Supplier representatives contacted staff members at the customer company on a one-to-one basis. Suppliers focused mostly on their own concerns and gave yes or no answers to most customer inquiries. Purchasing agents at customer companies served mostly as gatekeepers to prevent suppliers from contacting other people in their firms. Size alone does not bring security. CAM marks a new day. At the most advanced stage of CAM, the customer and the supplier take a synergistic approach to business. The supplier and the customer jointly conduct research and development. Staff members from both companies sit on teams together, rotating the leadership. Key account management is profitable only when both parties share a full, complete understanding of costs and returns, so expenses and margins are fully transparent. The two firms share networks, training, resources, and even people. Barriers exist, but they are barriers to exit, not entry. 4 things are always true about key account management. The biggest customers are not necessarily the best or the most profitable. Growing with existing customers promises more profitability for the future. Recruiting new customers always costs more than you expect. Retaining customers is usually more profitable than recruiting new ones. Since many companies are reducing their roster of suppliers, focusing on retaining customers is more important than ever. The pioneering selling company must also invest in the training and development, not just of the key account manager, but the whole customer-focused team. To make a key account management a permanent, enduring part of your business, avoid presenting it as merely a new sales program. Make it clear why key account management is necessary. Clarify the problems with the current approach and define the principles and purpose of CAM. Make the case for key account management. The customer is in charge. To avoid wasting resources as a supplier, measure the profitability of each customer and assess each customer's role in your future. However, in that process, realize that the balance of power has shifted decisively to the customer. The training of all team members in interpersonal skills will be a top priority. Customers are becoming more sophisticated about how they choose suppliers. They may use supply chain management processes to focus all sourcing activities on the needs of their final customer. They may use mechanisms to monitor your work as a supplier in areas that have nothing to do with price, such as supplier performance metrics, knowledge bases, and vendor rating systems. Customers today actively analyze their spending and, as a result, they are changing the way they buy. This makes it increasingly important for you to become a key supplier. To achieve that goal, determine how each of your valued accounts views your company, and calibrate your behavior to meet or exceed their expectations. There are 4 kinds of suppliers. Tactical suppliers. These suppliers make purchasing easy. If a customer perceives you as a tactical supplier, make it very convenient for that customer to do business with you. Tactical profit. The customer's chief interest is saving costs. If a customer views you as a tactical profit supplier, keep your costs low and pass the savings along. Strategic partners. These partners are among the customer's most valuable assets. The customer values the relationship highly enough to invest in it, but demands a high level of performance. Strategic security. These suppliers provide something unique. They fit their buyer's specific need for a secure, reliable supply of an important item. Suppliers in this quadrant are important, should not need to worry about price pressure, and may be asked to guarantee that they can provide a sufficient supply. If the customer sees you as a strategic security supplier, above all else be reliable and never relinquish the unique attribute that makes you strategically important to the customer. Reconnaissance is about listening, not telling. The customer's perceptions matter more than facts. Determine how the customer views you, and work to change that perception to your advantage. This is difficult because different people within the customer company may view you various ways. At different levels or with different contacts, you may have to tailor your performance or give a different impression. One of the main difficulties is how to get managers throughout an organization to think beyond the horizon of the current year's operations. Customers measure a supplier's performance by a variety of criteria, often with the goal of cutting the number of suppliers they use. If you face such a review, ask your customers. 1. Why is the customer winnowing its list of suppliers? Does the customer want greater negotiating power, improved performance, lowered costs, or better alliances? 2. What specifically does the customer hope to achieve? 3. What are the customer's minimum expectations for every supplier? 4. What performance achievements will make a supplier outstanding? 5. Will the customer winnow suppliers by selecting the best or by removing dead wood? 6. Where does the customer rank you now? 7. What must you do to survive the cut, and how much time do you have to do it? 8. What can you expect if you do make the cut? Assigning multiple levels of functions and staff with objectives related to particular customers' needs will weave the philosophy of key account management into the whole fabric of the company. Try to become a strategic asset to your customer. One way is to help your customer address risk. Many companies manage risk by drawing on the expertise of top-notch suppliers. Expertise is just one of the things a key customer may demand. Each company has its own definition of what drives its value. If you understand your customer's value drivers, you may be able to anticipate and advance their strategy and your status. Typical value drivers include 1. Operational excellence. The customer's purchasing focuses on logistics, inventory, and e-commerce management, so its suppliers must have high-quality systems. 2. Product leadership. The customer's purchasing focuses on supplier partnerships. 2. Timing matters, so its suppliers must be innovators with short lead times. 3. Customer intimacy. The customer's purchasing focuses on working with suppliers in a tight supply chain, so its suppliers should be flexible and responsive. Skills and resources. The skills your company will need to make key account management function well include teamwork, a focus on value, the ability to build strong relationships, and an understanding of business models and how to use them. First, make sure that your firm unites around managing key accounts. Although KAM may lead to downsizing as multifunctional teams of experts replace a force of individual salespeople, cost-cutting should never be the motive for key account management. Sometimes you get lucky and your largest customers take you where you want to be, but you wouldn't want to rely on it. When you are creating a structure to emphasize KAM, look at how your key accounts organize themselves. While your organization does not need to mirror your key accounts' organizational structures, you should be able to work with the type of organization the customer has. To some extent, customers determine the structure of every business. Thus, if your key accounts focus is low prices, govern your organization accordingly. If your key accounts demand specialized services and products, you may need to give a more prominent role to research and development. The most important organizational commandment in key account management is to open lines of communication within your company so everyone can work together to serve key accounts. Takeaways. 1. Key accounts are the customers who are most important to your firm's future. 2. Key account management is like managing a portfolio of investments. 3. Key account relationships are tight, collaborative, and consultative. 4. Track costs and returns so you know the profitability of each customer. 5. Customers that are not key accounts may be key development accounts, maintenance accounts, or merely opportunistic accounts in descending order of importance. 6. Focus on the future and understand your place in your customer's value chain. 7. Try to become a strategic asset to your customers by helping them reduce risk or by making your customers more valuable to their end consumers. 8. Determine if the customer perceives you as a tactical supplier, a strategic partner, a source of tactical profit, or an important provider of strategic security. 9. People at different levels of the customer firm may view you different ways. 9. You may have to behave differently when dealing with people on each level. 10. Do the best job you can by the customer's current measurements, while striving to achieve key supplier status. 11. If you enjoy our content and would like to stay updated with our latest videos, please like, share, and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. 11. Your support means a lot to us. 12. Thank you so much for watching.